hello everyone. Hello ma'am. I am Macy Cañete, the 8th reporter of the Group 2 titled Performance Based. But the assigned topic to me is all about the types of rubrics, the use of rubrics, and the advantages of rubrics. We are all familiar in using rubrics, right? Because we are all encountered used by the rubrics, especially kanang mag-demo ta, mag-report ta sa tubangan, and then or any kind or mga outside events na agay mga rubrics for bases. But in rubrics class, there are two types of rubrics. First is the holistic rubrics, and the second one is the analytic rubrics. So let's discuss first the holistic rubrics. So let's discuss first the holistic rubrics. So it said it is a type of rubrics that requires the teacher to score an overall process of a product as a whole by Netco and Mertler 2001. This means the evaluator provides the overall quality of the performance of the students by yielding a single score to represent a specific category of accomplishment. So these rubrics assign the single score to assess the overall quality to a performance or a product. So the advantages daw is it's simple and quick but doesn't provide detailed feedback. So let's say for example, a teacher evaluate students' essay by giving it a single score. For example, Ara Carido 85 over 100, just based on a general quality without breaking down the score into specific criteria like the grammar, the content, or the structure. So that is an example of the holistic rubrics. So the next rubrics type is a analytic rubrics. So it is a type of rubrics that provide informations regarding performance in each component parts of a task, making it useful for diagnosing specific strengths and weaknesses of the learners by Garis and Grant 2008. Alright, so kani po dong analytic rubrics, it said do nga kanang mas breakdown na dito ang mga informations or mga tasks nga naa ang students, like for example yung mga weaknesses and strengths. So mabutang na dito atanan into specific kung unsay kailangan niya. So it provides detailed feedback or strengths and weaknesses of the learner. So like for example, when grading an essay, the teacher uses separate score of for grammar 20 over 25, for the content 25 over 25, then or structure 25 over 25, the final score of 70 over 75. Then this helps the raters to pinpoint the specific areas of the students that needs to improve according to their weaknesses and the strengths. So this is the example of holistic and the analytic rubrics. So who among you here are kilala si Heidi Goodrich? Alright, now si Heidi Goodrich is she was an expert in rubrics development. Then she discusses the uses of rubrics in assessment process. So first, she discusses rubrics are powerful tools for both teaching and assessment. Rubrics can improve students' performance as well as monitor it by making teachers' expectations clear and by showing students how to meet this expectation. So diri is ang improving the performance of the students having a rubric. So diri ma-clarify ang expectation nila. Then it helps students focus on meeting the specific criteria, which is very true, right? Like for examples, before a group project, so a teacher shares the rubrics outlining how teamwork, like for example 25% ang teamwork and the creativity 25%, and the final score is the 50. So will be scored na siya. So dili pa lang daan ang students is mag-plan effectively na gid to meet the expectations sa teacher. And dili lang gid siya basta-basta nga kanang project kay project lang, since naa na may rubrics, brag dito na lang nila ibasihan nila ang ilahang buhaton para mas ma-meet nila ang goals ug dako ilang score. The next one, she said rubrics are useful in that they help students become more thoughtful judges of the quality of their own work, own and others' work. So this is being ilahanan ng critical thinking for example, having completing artwork. So students use rubrics to rate their use of the colors, since nakabutang dito ang mga techniques or the originality. Then they can evaluate their works using the rubrics. Okay, para pag mabasa nila is kanang mas ma-sure nila nga kanang nakasunod sila sa rubrics. Next one. So rubrics reduce the amount of time teachers spend evaluating students' work. So diri improving the providing the feedback. So it said that teacher use rubrics to give the constructive feedback. Like so for example, me as a teacher, then nagdemo si Mildred Banwag. Ako nga mag-rate sa iya, nagamit ko rubrics. That's syempre. Then dito is nag-highlight ko kanang mga areas or scored low sa akong rubrics and then nag-suggest ko sa ihag kanang mga specific action to improve para kay Mildred o para mas makita niya nga ay diri ay kay hina siya diri kulang siya diri so mo na siya akong buhatan. So mo na siya akong sabot dira. Then the next one, she said that teacher appreciate rubrics because their accordion nature allows them to accommodate heterogeneous classes. So accordion means flexible. Pwede siya bag-uhon or adjustan ng rubrics para mas ma-actionan ang strength sa bata o katong sa mga gifted hangtod sa mga naay learning disabilities. So lastly na iyang gidiscuss is she said rubrics are easy to use and to explain. Students were able to articulate what they had learned and by the end of the year could be accurate with their evaluation. So dili rubrics are powerful tools that simplify assessments and help students understand expectation clearly na sila idea and understanding when it comes sa paggamit og rubrics, especially kung nasa sa events or nasa sila mga impromptu or nasa sila mga demo or report. Dili magamit nila og nasa sila kanang idea kung unsa ang expectation sa teachers or other mentors. Let us now move forward to the advantages of using rubrics. So first, allow consistency and objectivity in scoring across the given criteria. So means ensuring that the evaluations or the assessments follow the same standard and it is not influenced by personal opinions or being biased. So let's say for example, nasulod sa room. If si teacher nag-grading sa essay sa siyang students, dapat kung unsa to yang gamit nga criteria, mao po dapat sa uban dili kay kana kini si Doroy, like for example kani si Doroy tagaan ta ning 50/50 kay hawad man ni siya grammar, makita man ako nga kamot siya ana god. Then dito sa pikas ay kani dili ni kay badlongon man ni dili man ni maminaw, sige ra nag cellphone sa classroom, tagaan ta ning 20/50. Then dapat maging maging consistent ka sa imong paggamit sa rubrics, dili ka maging bias or imong gamit ang ilang mga personal opinions kay kani sila mga bright or inani dili sila bright or ano ba. So next, students can identify the basis on how they are to be evaluated. So students can use rubrics to understand how their work will be assessed and what is expected of them. Let's say for example, before gid ko mag-submit is gina-check jud nako daan kung naabay ka ng mga kulang or kanang naba koy wala idason na sa rubrics na gihatag sa teacher or instructor. Ako ginagi-check usay gani kini ginapa-check nako sa ubang friends na kung boy na kulo tama ninyo inani gud ako ay dana god inani siya maging honest na sa inana pug ko inana jud ko. Then next, allow the students to assess their own performance products or work. So rubrics encourage self-assessment, helping students identify their strengths and areas for improvements. Like di ba kita di sa nato gid sure gid nato before nato ipasa ang atong mga project kung naabay dapat i-add or spelling, grammar inana. Teacher can use a small amount of time to evaluate the performance of the students. So kanang rubrics make grading faster para sa mga teachers and more efficient by providing clear criteria for evaluations para sa iyang mga learners. So next, students can evaluate their own performance and the performance of their classmates. So dili gid no pwede gid ta maka-evaluate sa ato ang works ug sa ato ang classmates. So kami kay sa ato mga friendies, ipa-check gyud nato ni kay sila mga bright man pud mga grammar. So dito nga di pa check ko ano day kay basin naay mali ba naay pa dapat ba idungag kumana man siya mali ni imong grammar kani o saban ni nanay tagaan ta kay example ni natagaan kay nana ang iyaha pwede kaniya tagaan og mga idea kung sa pay mga dapat idungag. So next, provide specific feedbacks on the performance of the student special ni electric scoring. So again unsa ganitong mga unsa giting nga rubrics ang nagahatag og detailed nga feedback when it comes to scoring? The analytic. So this will help students know na exactly where they did well and asa dapat ang improve, mas ma-improve pa sa iyaha. The next one, serve as standards when preparing the tasks or activities against its measure and progress is documented. So ang rubrics gyud na siya set clear and nga standard to ensure the activities align with the learning goals and progress can be tracked. So lastly, provide students feedback about their strengths and weaknesses according to their performance. So it helps students, so ang rubrics, it helps students on areas nga need pa nila ma-improve or mas ma-motivate sila nga buhaton pa ni or i-did nila ilang best nga mas haom dito sa ilahang bases or rubrics na naa sa ilaha. Again, I am Macy Cañete, the 8th reporter of the Group 2. Thank you.